At the end of March, there was an election in the Netherlands for the provincial governments right across the Netherlands, and also would lead to the election of senators in the Dutch Senate. Very important election, the second most important election in Holland, apart from the legislative chamber. And the election was won by a party called the Forum for Democracy, led by Thierry Baudet. It's a new party, just 2 years old. It's a nationalist conservative party. It's a party that believes in defending Holland, promoting the interest of the Dutch people, and stopping the immigrant invasion of the Netherlands. It's a party which has identified the ruling elite of Holland, like so many other countries, as oikophobes, people who are hostile to their own nation, people who are not protecting Holland, its heritage and its future, but are actually destroying their own country through multiculturalism and mass immigration. And Thierry Baudet had no seats in any provisional governments, had no seats in the Senate, and yet his party won the election. It won 15% of the vote, which in a proportional representation, which meant they were the biggest party with 86 seats. They had the largest number of seats, and as party of government, they actually overtook them. This is their first time they've contested these elections, and they won them. And that was a fantastic victory for this resurgent nationalist right across Western Europe. And yet I'm surprised how few people know this happened. I mean, I've been talking to people who are interested in politics, who are interested in the resurgence of nationalism, and yet they haven't seen anything about these elections in Holland and its dramatic result. Of course, there's an election taking place this month in April in Spain, and there's a new party there called the Vox Party, almost as new as the Forum for Democracy in Holland. And they're led by a guy called Santiago Abascal, and they're making great waves in Spain. And they're already getting between 12 and 15% in the opinion polls. So they're likely to win around 40 seats in the Spanish Parliament and to play a role in the future governing coalition. This is a dramatic change in Spain. And we've seen 3 recent regional elections in Italy. Each of them were won by La Liga, by Salvini's party, and in each of them, local regional presidents were elected who were nationalists and conservatives. This wave is sweeping Western Europe. It's already completely dominant in Eastern Europe, and we've got to be aware of this, that things are changing dramatically. And while the whole of the West is under the auspices of Donald Trump, while he's president, this nationalism is being ignited and stirred up across the whole of Christendom, because we're in a battle for the survival of Christendom. There was a guy called Samuel L. Huntington, an American political sort of scientist, who talked about the clash of civilizations which followed the Cold War. He identified 5, 6 different civilizations: the Chinese, the Islamic, the Hindu, the Orthodox Russian, the Western Christian traditions, Africa. These different civilizations are now sort of in competition for dominance. In competition for dominance around the globe. And of course, we're part of Christendom. We want to see Christendom triumph in these struggles. We don't want to be overwhelmed by Islam, the Islamic civilization, through mass immigration and multiculturalism. We don't want the Chinese to become dominant in the world. We're proud of our civilization and our history and our background, and we want to see it prosper in over the next decade. So we want a future for our children and our grandchildren. And we're winning in this battle now. The battle has been joined, and the globalist elites who are trying to constantly undermine Christendom are being put to flight. And this is the dynamic of this century. This is the battle now between globalism and nationalism, and we've got to join in this battle. We've got to be conscious of it. We've got to take sides. Do you want the West to prosper in its traditional form, in which we all sort of can celebrate and rejoice at, or do you want alien forces from outside and forces from within to sort of undermine us and turn us into a completely different place? But we're winning in this battle. This is the point. We're winning victories. It's like turning a ship around. It's a gradual process, but it's happening dramatically. We were heading to the rocks. We were heading in the wrong direction, but we've turned this ship around under the captaincy of Donald Trump, and now we have so many other people emerging to support him. All the time now in the West, new and significant figures are emerging to lead us into battle in this globalist nationalist contest. I've talked about Thierry Baudet, I've talked about Salvini, I've talked about Pascal. I could talk about all the people in Eastern Europe like Viktor Orban and the Polish Law and Justice Party. There are so many forces now emerging, and they're emerging constantly because battle has been joined and a new political age has dawned now. The paradigm is shifted and the nationalist age is coming. So take heart in that. Join the battle and we will be victorious, as the Forum for Democracy were in Holland last month. Well done, guys. Thank you for watching this video. We're putting out messages as often as we can now to stir up the people of this nation and the people of the West to fight back on behalf of their nations, to have confidence that we can win. We're trying to buy new equipment. We want to buy a small camera so that we can film outside, and we want to buy some radio mics so we can get good sound quality outside. So we're looking for funds really to promote this work that we're doing. So if you support us and you want to invest in this battle to save our nation, there's a PayPal link in the description. If you can, please make a donation. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Ring the bell as well so you get a notification of any future videos we make. We're turning out 2, 3, 4 videos a week now, and we're going to keep on this battle until we win. Thank you.